Hello, students. Hope you did well with the exam. It was a very easy paper and almost similar to the model paper which we had floated on the channel 1 week before your exam. The paper compared to previous year paper was very easy. You had to write a lot in the answers, especially the 10-mark questions, but numericals were very less and questions were also very straightforward. So let us begin. Please subscribe to the channel before continuing to hear the lecture. So on the whole, it was a 100-mark paper. Time given was 3 hours. You were having 3 sections, A, B, and C. Section A, the questions were of 2 marks each. So give the examples of potential energy. This question has been asked many number of times. Now you have to fetch 2 marks in this answer. So you are going to give 2 examples. Potential energy is what? mgh. That means mass into gravity into height, or the energy that is possessed by a body because of its position. So there can be many examples. The most simple example is water stored in the dam will acquire potential energy because it is going to fall from a height. String or bow is stretched, then you have stretched it to a certain position and then you are releasing it. So in both the cases, mgh holds true. Energy quantization means that energy can be gained or lost in integral multiples of a quantum. That means E is proportional to n square, or n square h square formula, where energy is gained or lost in integral multiples. That means it is quantized. Now this numerical, very easy numerical, if you turn 4 light bulbs, each rated at 40 watt, how long can they be on before you reach 1 kilowatt? Power consumed by one bulb is 40 watt. So by 4 bulbs will be 40 into 4, that is 160 watt. We know that kilowatt, in kilowatt, we will multiply it by 10 to the power of minus 3. And then kilowatt is this much. Let x be the time. So this much is equal to 1 kilowatt hour, and x is equal to 1000 upon 160, which is 6.25 hours. What are the 2 types of charge carriers in semiconductors? A very easy question. One is electron, which is carrying a negative electric charge and it is convenient to treat the traveling vacancies in valence band, and the other are the holes. How is energy generated? From bioenergy. See, bioenergy is a form of renewable energy that is derived from living organic materials, which are known as biomass, which can be used to produce transportation, fuels, heat, electricity, and products, etc. What is the anticipated life of a wind farm? Generally, we say it lasts for 20 years, and if proper maintenance is there, proper upkeep of the wind farm is there, then it can be extended to 25 years. But along with that, environmental factors will also be dependent on the time. So you can fetch 1 mark for 20 to 25 years, 1 mark for stating the environmental factors. What is ocean thermal energy conversion? A renewable source. See, renewable energy is energy which we derive from natural sources. Now in ocean thermal energy, the click is temperature gradient. That means the temperature is varying, and this will continue to vary. This is a natural phenomena. That is why upwelling of cold water from deep ocean is replaced by downwelling of surface waters. Green building. Green building components are energy efficient. They are consisting of solar panels. They are consisting of water conservation system. They are consisting of recycling wastes. The criteria for LEED ratings in India, actually LEED rating gets 4 types of certificates. Like you need 40% marks to pass. So a project which needs LEED rating, it should be having 40 points. The certified ones will get a certificate for 40 to 49 points. Next will be silver. 50 plus, gold 60 plus, platinum 80 plus, more like your mark sheet. Section A is exactly similar to our model paper. Section B, now this section is carrying 10 marks each, and you have to pick up 3 questions out of it. 10 marks will be broken up into maybe 2 mark for the definition, say 4 mark for the numerical, another remaining marks for some type of derivation step. Now, this is a very simple time independent Schrodinger wave equation, which is very important. As usual, it is asked every year, and you have done it in BTech first year also. The Schrodinger wave equation, you can refer to my lecture series. It is all given very clearly there, step-by-step solution, and you come across Schrodinger time-independent wave equation. Numerical binding energy per nucleon of chlorine. Now, in this question, there is an error. Actually, this is not mass of proton. This is mass of neutron. And in case of neutron, it is mass of proton. But whatever values they have given, if you are using them to find the answer, still you will get full marks. And in case you knew the values beforehand and you are using them, both cases, you will get your marks. So binding energy, simple, number of protons is 17, number of neutrons become mass number minus 17, that is equal to 18, and del M is this 17 into this much plus 18 into this much minus 34.98, which has been given, and 1 atomic mass unit is equal to 931.478 C square, and energy according to Einstein's principle is del mc square. You get the answer. But if you use these values, there is going to be a very minor difference of, and it will come around as 286.95 million electron volt if you use what has been given in the question. Very easy question. Show that radioactive decay follows exponential law. Here you have to derive. So you will get marks for the derivation steps. First, mention what is radioactive law, that it is stating that for a particular time, the rate of radioactive decay of an atom is directly proportional to the number of nuclei of the elements present at that time. That is, dN upon dt is equal to minus lambda n, where lambda is proportionality constant. Now, let n naught be number of nuclei present initially and n be the number of nuclei present at time t. So the formula used is log base EA minus log base is equal to, this will be B, log base E, B is equal to log base EA upon B. So we rearrange this expression and integrate it, and integrating and solving it further, we get n upon n naught equal to e to the power of minus lambda t. In order to fetch 10 marks, you should be writing something more regarding this expression and how it is showing you the exponential decay, how it is showing you half-life, certain mentioning, and then obviously you should be drawing this plot, which is showing you the exponential decay as per this formula. Then you can expect 9 to 9.5. What are the devices used for measuring solar radiations? Now, in all my lecture series, I have explained you in detail pyranometer. You can use that because its diagram is also very simple. It is a dome-shaped structure. Solar radiations are falling on it, and how they are being used with the help of a thermocouple, etc. This is the easiest. You can fetch good marks in it. So pyranometer is just a sensor that is converting the global solar radiations which it is receiving into electrical signals, and it is based on the Seebeck or thermoelectric effect. And the working you can explain in short. You can see my lecture series on the solar radiation. I have explained it to you that how the dome-shaped structure is taking these radiations and how it is further. You can show one or two formula of how much the heat is absorbed, how much it is radiated. But if you are drawing that diagram, you are going to get good marks. So it is a dome-like structure that is measuring the diffuse sun energy. And pyroheliometer, if you may want to mention, you can mention that also, that it is measuring direct sun's energy. With neat sketch, explain the concept of green building. Also write the factors which make green building important. Very easy. Green building is a building that is design, construction, operation, reduces or eliminates negative impacts and creates positive impacts, especially on climate and natural environment. Green is coming from the nature, that color. So it is building precious natural resources, and it is improving our quality of life, like energy conservation, water conservation, indoor recycling of waste, and indoor environmental quality enhancements, waste reduction. Green building is promoting the efficiency of buildings, main waste reduction, toxic reduction, air quality pollution stoppage, environmental friendly material, water, oxygen loving plants, etc. All these form part of your green energy. You can again see my lecture series. I have explained you a lot in detail about how the green energy and green building architecture, which is using things like solar panel, own recycling of waste. It is very good for human health and environment, and it safeguards our air, water, and earth because it chooses eco-friendly building material and construction practices. Carnot vapor cycle, again, as I told you, paper is very easy. Carnot vapor cycle, one of the most efficient cycles we have. It is consisting of two isothermals and two adiabatics. You can see my first lecture here where I have explained Carnot cycle in detail, the processes, the first to 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and back 4 to 1, and how this is one of the most efficient vapor cycles. And in case they have asked you to derive the expression, simple you do with the thermodynamic expression where you can use Q minus W and equate it to get the expression for efficiency. Or in short, efficiency is work upon QH, which is equal to QH minus QC upon QH. And for Carnot cycle in temperature, TH minus TC upon TH. Simple, you can want 10 mark questions, so you will need to draw diagrams and explain. Brayton cycle, it is represents the operation of a gas turbine engine. Once again, you are again going to draw the diagrams here, show the adiabatic, you will show the reversible, the non-reversible, how this happens, explained in detail. You can check it out. The Brayton cycle components, once again, they expect you in a 10 mark question that you derive an expression for the efficiency, that is T atmospheric upon T compressor exit. And if you get time, you can even show the plot. What do you mean by binding energy? What is the total binding energy per nucleon for carbon? So binding energy is defined as the smallest amount of energy that is required to remove a particle from a system of particles, or in short, it is the energy that is used to separate a system of particles into single units. So it is obtained by dividing the binding energy per nucleon by its total energy divided by the mass number. So mass of hydrogen, mass of neutron, E is equal to del mc square. We did it right now in one more question. And then 6, 12 minus 6 is 6. You keep the values here. You get this per nucleon 92.1 divided by 12 mass number of carbon, and you get the answer. Explain pressurized water reactor. Highlight its merits and demerits. Now, pressurized water reactor is using the concept of pressure to create steam which is being used further. So it causes the pressure inside to increase as the temperature increases. Its working can be compared to that of a pressure cooker. And then the steam is used further. For the core inside the vessel is creating the heat. It is basically pressurized water is the primary coolant here. They are very stable. Advantages: the pressurized variant of nuclear reactor used for generation of electricity and propelling nuclear submarines and naval vessels. Pressurized water reactor is a type of nuclear reactor which is used to generate electricity. And disadvantage is obviously uranium, radioactive materials, etc. are very costly. That is the biggest disadvantage. And it might cause certain type of harmful effects because it is radioactive. PN junction, forward and reverse. You must have done it in inter already. Very easy question. Forward biasing, when positive terminal of battery is connected to P type and negative is connected to N type. In reverse, it's vice versa. In forward, depletion layer is thin. In reverse, depletion layer is thick. PN junction in forward offers low resistance. In reverse, it offers high resistance. And you can even show the diagram. See, N is going to the negative, P is going to the positive, and in reverse, it is reversed. VI and PV characteristics of photovoltaic cells. Photovoltaic cell is basically the solar cell where you have to see that it is converting sunlight into electricity. Now, these days, if sunlight is not there, then we are having such type of solar cells also which are converting artificial light into electricity. And solar cells are described as being photovoltaic, irrespective of whether the source is sunlight or it is an artificial light. They are asking you the PV characteristics or the voltage current and this characteristic. This is what the question is specifying. So see the characteristics of the PN junction solar cell. They are describing the solar energy conversion ability and efficiency. Have a look at this plot here. When the solar cell is open circuit, current is 0 and the voltage is maximum. And on this axis, when V is 0, the current is maximum, which is known as solar cell short circuit. And the point at which the cell generates maximum electric power is known as the maximum power point. And you can explain this curve more in detail or do the labeling like this. This will fetch you a good number of 5 marks and more of the explanation which I have given. Derive the continuity equation for one-dimensional fluid flow and derive the expression for wind power. Continuity equation, see, rate of flow or discharge is the volume of fluid which is flowing per second. The concept here is that whatever mass of water is entering this side, that exact same mass is going to exit from here. But the velocity will change. So, mass is volume into density. Rho is density, V, and A is the area, and V is the volume that is being covered. So continuity equation is based on law of conservation of mass. That means how much is entering should be equal to how much of water is getting exit. And for one-dimensional flow, for inlet and outlet, you just straight away say that this is the amount that has entered, this is the amount that should be coming out from the outlet, equate the two equations, and straight away continuity equation for steady state one-dimensional flow through a fixed volume with density constant is equal to A into V equal to 0. Write the principle of power generation in windmills, derive an expression for maximum efficiency. Wind turbines work on simple principle that instead of using electricity to make wind like a fan, wind turbines use wind to make electricity. And see, kinetic energy is being used. So half mv square, and mass is volume into density. So this m, we will put it here. You can see it in my lecture series also. And then volume is AV into del T. So P is equal to E upon del T. They are asking you to derive this expression. Once again, you can see the amount that is entering, exactly the same amount will be exiting, but there will be a pressure difference. So pressure, force upon area, simple values you keep putting, and then you find the pressure difference. And with this pressure difference, they are wanting you to find the formula for power. So for power efficiency, we put this formula, let the coefficient relating to this. You can see all these detailed derivations in my book also, or in the lecture series for this. And we get P is equal to half rho AV cube. Once they asked a numerical also on this formula. Describe steps for methodology for energy audit. Auditing is more like checking, and this question also was there in our model paper, that an energy audit is an inspection survey. It analyzes energy flow for energy conservation. It includes a process or system to reduce the amount of energy input into the system without affecting the output. Means energy audit keeps a check on how in a planned manner has the work been done, whether it is following the norms or not, whether extra utilization of resources is not taking place, whether there is a benchmark, whether the checking is going on a continuous level or not. Nuclear fuel cycle, steps involved in nuclear fuel cycle. Nuclear fuel cycle is an industrial process involving various activities to produce electricity from uranium in nuclear power reactors. The cycle starts here from mining of uranium and ends here with the final disposal of the spent fuel and other radioactive waste. And uranium, because it is being used in nuclear reactor, it undergoes the steps of mining, milling, conversion, enrichment, and fuel fabrication, MMCEF. Diagram itself will fetch you 5 marks. Another more of this explanation, you can get 9 on 10 easily. So once again, paper was really very easy and exactly what we had told in our model paper. Thank you.